Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is going to be Warhammer Combat Patrol issue 42. It's just two paints in this issue, which is Calgar Blue and Coelia Green shade. So come and join me on the desk and we will have a look through it. Right then lovelies, let's have a look at issue 42, shall we? It is two paints, well it's a paint and a shade. Those aside, let's put that where it belongs. Okay, Calgar Blue, Coelia Green shade, Power of the Wild. Okay, how to paint, updates to your models. So it looks like we're using the Coelia Green shade to shade our orcs, to shade the fleshy parts and some of the brains apparently on, no, just the brains on the barb gaunts, to shade the smokestack on the psychophage and some of the robes, the sash on the farseer. Right, so yeah, there you go. That's what those are the things. But we're using it to shade the flesh on the orcs as well. Then we have Reed J section, Orcs number 1. The Great Green Tide. For many thousands of years, the Orcs have been a great force of destruction in the galaxy, and to this day they remain a persistent threat. The number of Orc hordes is beyond counting, and their brutal campaigns are greatly feared by their enemies. Brutal and cunning, it says. Refined culture, spelt with a K and no E. Then we have Reed J section, Orcs number 2, talking about the War, which is what a War is, a massive military campaign that Orcs go on. So it says here, whenever Orcs gather, a mysterious power starts to rise. The more they become excited, the more the power builds, swelling up to a crescendo that in turn attracts more orcs and provokes more excitement. This energy is known as War energy, and it lies at the heart of the orcish way of being. Almost anything can provoke a build-up of War energy, such as a squig eating contest, a fist fight, or a brawl between rival clans. Once the energy starts to build, it's almost unstoppable, and huge planet-spanning armies have been known to form around what was initially a small and localized surge in War power. Not only does the War attract orcs, but the energy can be funneled into their warlike pursuits, and gibbering orcs known as weird boys channeling head-bursting amounts of mysterious energy towards the enemy. Some orcs speak of an ultimate aim for orc kind, a War so huge it spans the entire galaxy from end to end. So, yeah. Technology in the 41st millennium. So this is our Reed I section. Technology 01. And of course it features the Cog Boys, the Adeptus Mechanicus. High-tech Xenos, low-tech Xenos, and biotechnology, all discussed here. Which is interesting that they have Kroot, because the Kroot are an ally to a high-tech Xenos in the Tau, who use their rapid prototyping to create new battle suits and war systems, weapon systems. So yeah. That, you know, sometimes things will complement each other, as in the Kroot complementing the Tau and the Tau complementing the Kroot. But you've obviously got things like the Necrons there, who are a high-tech Xenos race. And then obviously down here we have biotechnology in the form of the Tyranids, who are renowned for coming up against a problem, analysing that problem, and then in their next round of creature production, shall we say, they will come up with a new creature to deal with that problem. You know, whether that just be a new blaster for the Termagants, or whether that be a new large-scale weapon cannon in the form of something like a Biovore or the Barb Gaunts. Barb Gaunts are a reasonably recent addition to the army roster of the Tyranids. We then have another part of the Silver Skulls, or Silver Templars, sorry, storyline for our Read section E. Then we're into rules. Example battlefields. Now I'm assuming these are for matched play. Combat patrol setups here. It's disappointing that this particular spread, although it's there, but this particular spread in large format isn't across the 2 pages. So yeah, so you've got combat patrol setups here, matched play, narrative play, so different setups for each. Matched play focus again, a matched play focus and a narrative play focus. Combat Patrol Space Marines. Our green section, play D, Combat Patrol 06. So this is Dark Zealots. Chaos Space Marines talks about the Dark Apostle, Legionaries, Havocs and Hellbrute. It lists what they're all supposed to be equipped with. So if you've built it differently, this won't match. But then again, if you've built it differently because you already collect Chaos Space Marines, you're probably not that fussed. And then we have Scorched Earth, Core Missions 04, part of the rules section. Then you have the playoff sheets, so you can tick when you've played against each faction. Combat Patrol, Sweeping Raid. And again, you can tick when you've played off against each faction on there. Then, in the next 2 issues, we have 10 Orc Boys, and we have Administratum Grey and Astro Granite coming in the next delivery. Let's have a quick look at the paints. Now, I do have Coelia Green Shade on the paint table. I don't use it that much. I quite often use Biltan Green because this is more of this kind of dries more in a green, military green type shade. And so therefore, if I want a deep, rich green, I tend not to use it as much. But I do have it on the table. And then Calgar Blue is just a highlight paint for Macragge Blue, which I do use. I think no, actually it's not. But I've got a Air Genasi to paint for my D&D campaign, and they're traditionally blue, so I will be using this as a highlight to highlight up the hair and skin on my Genasi. So yeah, there you go. Those are the 2 paints. Hope you enjoyed that. This Calgar Blue is a layer paint, but I hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye bye.